The functioning piece of advice for all things improvement in OS is play more. This is repeated so frequently that it's often forgotten there's such a thing as playing too much. Everyone has a point of diminishing returns where dedicating more time to an activity will garner a fraction of the results. You can identify that point in physical activities since your body will prevent you from exerting yourself further. OS can fall under that physical envelope if you're playing on the fringe of your mechanical ability, but knowing when to stop playing is more complex than that. There are multiple valid reasons to take a break, which can be more beneficial to your improvement instead of continuing to play. The following commentary assumes that you are playing OS competitively. If you're playing casually and don't care about improvement, this video still contains valuable insight for you. Only a small percentage of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed. If you want more improvement videos, subscribe! It's free and you can always change your mind in the future. My Discord server has also been completely revamped, providing a community space for players, mappers, and content creators. Join using the link in the description. The most blatant sign you should end a session is physical pain. This happens most frequently when you're trying to increase your skill ceiling by playing faster maps than you're comfortable with, commonly known as shredding. Before I continue further, I want to distinguish between soreness and physical pain. Soreness is a dull sensation after a physical activity where it requires more effort to perform the same actions. This is a positive thing, which means you're appropriately pushing your hands out of their mechanical comfort zone. Soreness can develop into physical pain if you continue to push yourself or don't allow yourself enough time to recover after an intense session. Shredding stops being an improvement method and transforms into a fast track to an injury if you ignore your body. Please don't play the game if any body part genuinely hurts. I'm going to repeat that louder because I've seen way too many social media posts of people trying to play in physical pain. Please don't play the game if any body part genuinely hurts. If you're in pain and continue trying to push yourself anyway, your mechanics will improve slowly at best, and you're far more likely to injure yourself. RSI and other injuries have destroyed top players' aspirations in the past. Respect your body and stop playing when you feel physical pain for the sake of your own improvement. Beyond physical pain and the risk of injuring your body, there are also important mental reasons why you shouldn't play. The next common dilemma players face is boredom. For example, you've played for an hour and don't feel enthralled. You're not particularly focusing on any goal and only going through the motions. Continuing to play here won't harm you, but you're more likely to miss on air and frustrate yourself due to a lack of focus. However, an important balance must be struck here. Discipline is crucial within any endeavor. Playing OS roughly every day optimizes your improvement, especially if you're challenging different skill sets. The point about boredom I want to communicate here is that it shouldn't prevent you from starting a session. Rather, the feeling of lacking purpose or direction within a session is an indicator that it's time to close the game for the day and do something else. Most of the time, boredom is a temporary feeling. If boredom becomes a pattern within your sessions, it can evolve into a loss of motivation to play at all. This can happen naturally during periods where you're pushing your skill ceiling instead of pursuing scores, since you're not obtaining any results for your hard work. If you're not careful, a vicious cycle starts. You feel demotivated to play the game, so you play less, which causes you to feel even more demotivated since you're not playing enough to actively improve, and repeat until you decide to stop playing entirely. If this has happened to you, you're not alone. Demotivation doesn't feel any better as a top player compared to a 5-digit. The only difference is that the numbers and expectations are larger. Something I've found that helps me overcome bouts of demotivation and doubt is scrolling through my shred maps and viewing the improvement within my local scores. It serves as a powerful reminder that you are making progress. If you frequently take screenshots of your scores, you can also view your past screenshots and admire how far you've come. The vital aspect of this exercise is that you are comparing yourself to your past self instead of other people. Hearing the word comparison might have sounded an alarm bell in the catacombs of your mind, since comparisons are the bane of this community's existence. It's common advice how you shouldn't compare yourself to others, and some live streamers mute or ban users in their chat who try to. I believe that's a naive thought process. A lot of people play OS competitively, and comparisons are natural in any competitive sport. Additionally, the ranking system provides a simple way for someone to compare themselves to another player. Some players use that metric as motivation to improve and surpass someone they believe is amazing at the game. Telling players to ignore or remove a core part of their motivation to improve at the game is not only foolish, but creates friction between people seeking advice and those providing it. Comparisons between you and your past self may be exactly what you need to develop confidence in your skill. Confidence is not ego. Recognizing your own skill and the effort you've dedicated to acquiring it gives you trust and faith in yourself to continue improving. Unfortunately, this perspective doesn't apply to everyone. Sometimes people are incapable of seeing how skilled they are for a variety of reasons. They believe they should be improving faster. Their definition of skill doesn't align with their talents. They believe they're overranked, etc. You need to take an extended break from the game if you're having mindset problems. The amount of time is irrelevant. It needs to be long enough so you feel refreshed when you play the game again. You will recover quicker than you think from the short-term rust buildup. All the break types I've discussed so far have been short-term due to reasons within your control. The final type of break rests outside of your control. Growing up. Statistics show that most of my viewers are in high school or starting early adulthood. You have a lot of free time at your discretion to play OS or watch this video. That will naturally change as you become more involved in higher education, the military, vocational programs, or any other career path you might choose. Personally, I lost much of my free time once I started working full-time internships and exercising frequently. It's perfectly acceptable to focus on your life and prioritize other things than clicking circles. Not playing for an extended period does result in a loss of skill, but it's totally worth the sacrifice. I'm not the first and won't be the last person to suggest that touching grass is beneficial for you. Growing up is what happened to me. I stopped uploading a couple years ago because I started my college program and wanted to focus on my academics. I secured a lucrative first internship at the end of my second year, and I'm starting a different full-time internship this semester. I expanded my social sphere and started joining clubs I was interested in. As always, family matters piled on top of those responsibilities and consumed other portions of my free time. I wouldn't have been this successful as a person if I tried to balance YouTube as well. The main aspect preventing me from uploading more in the past is that I was performing basically everything by myself. I wrote the scripts, recorded voiceovers, mastered the audio, and edited the videos. The only thing I didn't do was create thumbnails. Now, I've gathered a small team to support me, so uploading videos is possible for me again. I'm incredibly excited to collaborate with them and explore projects I would have never been able to complete independently. In my case, the definition of break and quitting were certainly blurred. This may be a shock to hear considering my near radio silence, but I never considered quitting. I knew I would return to creating content, since I still have so many ideas that I want to materialize. I think it would have been disingenuous to post a melodramatic video saying, "I quit," when that was never my intention in the first place. You can extrapolate this to OS as well. Many top players have posted unnecessary announcements about quitting just to open the game 2 weeks later. For your own sake, try to be honest with yourself about whether you truly plan on returning or not. Having an unclear vision about your desires can leave you in this half-attached state, where you want to stop playing the game, but feel like you should continue playing since you haven't achieved your goals. You will be unable to fully commit to playing competitively in that half-attached state, which will prevent you from achieving any outstanding goals. Everyone will quit at some point, some silently and others with a bang. But that should be after you feel like you've accomplished everything you want to. Taking breaks can be the healthiest thing for your improvement if you use them appropriately and have the correct terminology. Stop playing when you feel physical pain, take a short break if you're feeling bored, and go outside if you're feeling demotivated. Life responsibilities might get in the way of your improvement, and you should focus on those instead of clicking a few more circles. Thanks for watching.